Oh gosh, not this video again. It's time now for Political Derby. It's when we check to see how the 08 candidates stack up. This week, John Edwards falls behind. Does it have anything to do with his pricey and pretty haircuts? Jason Wright is the editor of PoliticalDerby.com, and he joins me from D.C. Hi, Jason.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Before we get to John Edwards, let's just talk about these new developments this week with Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. Barack Obama has raised record-breaking amounts of grassroots money. Why is that such a big deal?
Well, a lot of people are talking about this difference of only being $2 or $3 million. Don't be deceived by that. That's the number of overall funds raised. If you look at the primary money raised, money that can actually be used to win the nomination, he kicked her tail by about $10 million, and that came from donors averaging less than $100, many more individual donors than Hillary had. So that is very, very significant.
Okay, so not just in money, but in polling, is he taking the lead?
He's still trailing in the national polls, but he has shown some movement. Again, I remind people that the rankings are not so much a predictor of who will win the election or the nomination, more a snapshot of where the horses stand on the track right now, and it's hard to argue that Obama hasn't pulled ahead, at least by a few inches.
Okay, interesting. Next, let's go to Edwards. There's been a lot of buzz about John Edwards' haircuts, pun intended. Yeah. Is this in some way affecting his polling numbers?
I sure think so. And, you know, I had a hunch you'd ask me about this morning. I did some research last night. You know, Walmart is one of John Edwards' biggest targets. In fact, I read this morning on the way in that he is bringing 2 people from the Wake Up Walmart campaign over to his senior team. I wonder if Edwards knows that the average Walmart employee earns about $9.68 an hour. It would take them 129 hours to earn enough money to pay for one of those haircuts. And it's not like there aren't other options. Hello, $10. Nancy Daybell, she cuts it in her basement. She tells funny stories. I can get you a number, Senator.
That's a lot of money, good money well spent right there, Jason. Okay,
Thank you so much.
But Richardson, tell us where Bill Richardson is now and if he's pulling ahead of Edwards.
I do. We now have Edwards drop down to 4th with Bill Richardson in the 3rd spot. The first time Richardson's been that high. He's still not doing terribly well nationally in the polls, but he had a pretty good quarter, raised about $7 million, came within sniffing distance of John Edwards and his $9 million. I don't think the other candidates expected that Richardson would do this well through the first 2 quarters. I think he stands a real shot to become a viable alternative to the big 2, Hillary and Obama.
Interesting. Okay, let's talk about the GOP. Give us a snapshot of where they are right now.
No change at the top. Rudy Giuliani, remains in the lead. The news there is that for the first time we have a national poll where Rudy does not sit in the pole position. That's a Rasmussen poll from this week that has Fred Thompson beating him out by a couple of points. Another big change, of course, Fred Thompson moving into the number 2 spot, the highest he's been. He's bumped Romney down to number 3. Romney did have a good quarter. He's spending a little bit more money, I think, than his campaign would like. And for that reason, we have him drop down to 3rd with all the buzz that Thompson's getting right now.
Right, and poor John McCain not raking in the do-re-mi, huh?
No, McCain's sort of suffering right now. I think it's far too early to count him out. I get a lot of email from people telling me they think he's an absolute dead horse. I don't agree with that. I think he's likely to bounce back. Candidates have been in a far worse position than McCain at this point and turned around to win the thing, but he certainly needs some help, I think, in a hurry.
Okay, Jason Wright from PoliticalDerby.com. Thanks for telling us all that this morning.
Thanks. Have a great day.